This week's episode is sponsored by Helio Gas Detection. Hey everyone, this is Letty from the Metal Cell podcast. I'm joined by Wolfie and Kevin from Praelium. Guys, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Just turned 25 a few days ago.
Happy belated birthday.
I'm doing good as well. Just chilling.
Good stuff. So, welcome to the podcast. To the listeners who maybe haven't heard of you guys before, could you introduce yourself and your role in the band?
Um, so I'm Kevin. I'm the lead guitarist and founding member of Praelium. I've been at the band for 3 years now, and yeah, I play the solos and handle like parts of the songwriting mostly between me and the rhythm guitarist Phoenix. So that's my role in Praelium.
I'm Wolfie, and I'm the vocalist and main lyricist of the band, and I'm the newest member. I literally joined at the start of this year.
Good stuff. So, Kevin, this might be the question for you. How did the band start?
The band started in 2022 and was around for a couple of years, but in 2025 we reformed with some new members. We had Ronan on the drums, Phoenix on the rhythm guitars, and of course Wolfie joined on vocals in January, and that was kind of the start of the new era of Praelium. We got very active playing gigs. We've been playing consistently since January. We've started out with a lot of new songs, a lot of new sounds. So yeah, this new era of Praelium has only really began at the start of the year, but Praelium has been around for a couple of years in different capacities, like since 2022. But yeah, this current lineup is the one I think people identify with the most.
Fair enough. And Wolfie, how did you come about joining the band in January?
Um, it was kind of just chance. Our bassist Jamie, who unfortunately is leaving the band to move to Estonia, because he's Estonian. He wants to go live his life there, which is fair enough. But I met him at a bus stop, and we just got to talking about music. And yeah, it took me a few months to kind of come around, but when I went in for that first practice session, it was actually just me and Kevin and Ronan in the room when I had my audition, but it felt really natural. And yeah, we just took it off from there.
As all great things happen at a bus stop. I love that.
Yeah, pretty much.
And what did you audition? Just doing covers, or were you kind of given some material to learn?
Yeah, I was given four songs, but I only managed to like really get down two, which actually happened to be the two of the original like Praelium sound songs that we kind of revamped for the EP, which were Pigs and I don't know if I'm allowed to swear, so I'm just going to say feck acting. Uh, those two yeah, we just did those, and I think it clicked, which was awesome.
I like that, keeping the monetization in mind. I like that. And speaking of your EP, your debut EP, Pigs, came out the 8th of August. How was the recording process for it?
Um, I wasn't there for a lot of it, but from what I know, it went pretty smooth. It was the drums were recorded live, which kind of contributed to the raw kind of sound, the old school sound of the EP that I think a lot of people identify with. And yeah, I came in then and did my guitar tracks and like remember just thinking that everything sounded so like solid and like tight. So it was a lot of fun. It was definitely it was a very captivating thing to hear in the end for me. It was I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, we recorded those songs back in April, and it was just over 2 days, and we just knocked it all out of the park. Like we we ended up being a lot more efficient than I expected. Um, but yeah, this nerd over here was doing his leaving cert, so he wasn't able to record properly.
Oh, how
But
lame.
but yeah, it went all pretty swimmingly, although I did go back like 2 weeks later to re-record vocals because the day that I was recording vocals, the days we were doing the recording, I had actually just gone to what was a Slipknot tribute gig in Dublin in Fibbers. Um and I thought I was like, oh, I can, take care of myself. I did not take care of myself. I was screaming every lyric because I wasn't expecting it to be that good, but it was. And but yeah, I think re-recording it was a very, very good idea because you know vocal rest and all that is good.
You didn't want the raspiness of like Corey Taylor on like the debut 1999 album.
Yeah, pretty much.
And Kevin didn't feel like ditching Mass Paper 2 to shred some guitar.
Oh man.
I was considering it, but it was kind of one of those things the lads could manage without me as much as I would have liked to have been there. But I was also like, yeah, I do kind of want to go to college, you know, first. So it worked out in the end, so that's
Yeah.
fine.
And did you record like guitars, bass,
Heard
vocals from home, or did you all go into a studio?
We were all in the studio.
Dry Lane Studios down in Limerick represent.
Good stuff. Shout out to Dry Lane Studio. And do you have a favorite memory from the recording? I'm sure Kevin's is studying.
Yeah.
Um, I think a favorite memory was more so just like getting to know everyone a little more, like instead of just like meeting up for practice for gigs, like learning our work ethic and like realizing how well we worked together to create was really fun for me.
Mhm.
And Kevin?
I think for me, like, I remember coming into the studio after all of the tracks had been laid down and like hearing them out of like the form of a demo. Like I'd heard like my phone down on the floor recordings of them, but I'd never heard them professionally kind of recorded and put down like that. So for some of these songs, it was kind of like I got to hear them in their final form, if that makes sense, like their end state pretty much. And it was you really got to see what the songs were like then in high quality. And it was one of those moments of like really it was really invigorating because you got to hear what you and the rest of the guys were really about. And yeah, for me, you know, that was just it. It was just so amazing to hear not just some of the songs that I had written in that like level of quality, but just hearing the whole band recorded at that level of quality and hearing that it all sounded really good as well. It was very wholesome for me, I would say.
Ah, good stuff. And when the EP was all done and dusted and finished and you listened to it from start to end for the first time, how did you feel? Invigorated as well?
Yeah, yeah, I would definitely say so. It was one of those things where like I was a kid when this all started. Like I was 16 and I could barely play guitar. Um, and I like you didn't know like if you wanted to play live, it was kind of tough because you were still a minor. And now, like, I'm an adult, and this milestone that I had been thinking about for a very long time had finally been reached. So it was kind of just, again, invigorating was one of the words, but it was one of those fulfilling things. Like, it was just mentally, you felt very satisfied, very just happy with it. And the EP for me in particular was very important because it was dedicated to my late grandfather who had only died in January of this year. So, like 3 or 4 months later, we were in the process of recording. And once hearing that it had all actually been done and came together in the end, it was that added to the satisfaction of it as well, I think. It definitely pushed me to get it done because in the past, I think it probably would have been put on the back burner for a long time. But I do think that really drove me forward as well into the creation and the recording of the EP.
And Wolfie?
Sorry, I was getting a little choked up there.
Yeah, my
Uh,
condolences.
like,
Thank you.
yeah, uh, yeah. Sorry, what was the question?
When you heard the EP from start to
Right.
finish for the first time, how did you feel?
Um, Pretty shocked because actually, like, I've been practicing metal vocals now for a little over 7 years, but I always had a lot of trouble, like, getting it going, like I knew my technique and there were certain moments where I could do it, but I could never do it for an entire song. It like scared me almost. But holding a microphone with Kevin and Ronan in a room playing music and it just all kind of came out in that moment, which was really satisfying. Um, and yeah, to be able to say, yeah, I can do that and I've done that over this, was really like a huge accomplishment for me. And I would also like to say not to kind of impose on the dedication of the EP to Kevin's grandfather, but Frame of Mind in particular. Um, I actually wrote the lyrics for that one during the search parties for Luke Price, Nathan's from War of brother, who I was friends with as well. Um, he went missing during the same time that I just joined the band and started practicing. So it was a very tumultuous time. This year has simultaneously been one of the best years and the worst years of my life. So uh, the lyrics were definitely inspired by that, and I dedicated that song to him as well.
And the search for Luke is still ongoing, so you can find all that information on Facebook and all social media. And speaking of War of Attrition, actually, I saw on your Instagram you got a pretty big War of Attrition tattoo. How did that come across?
Um,
What come about?
well, I think it was last year that they played a gig with Horrenda and Dead Flesh and Banished from Eden, and I said to them, guys, when your album comes out, I'll get a War of Attrition tattoo, and they were probably all thinking like, you know, but I think I just said with everything going on with War of Attrition are actually I'm gonna get kind of soppy here. They are the whole reason that I have a social life. Like it was going specifically to War of Attrition gigs, mostly in like Pharmacia, that I found my friends, my main friend group, and more people that were like me, and I owe a lot to them. And also, I just love the band. Like I actually do love the music, and yeah, I just said we were going to play on their Tullamore Phoenix Metal Festival. We got asked to play that, and a week before that is when I got the tattoo and I revealed it at the end of the night there, which was a pretty insane reaction. The reaction's up on somewhere on Instagram, I think. But yeah, So that's basically how that came about.
And Kevin, what did you think of the tattoo when you saw it?
He showed it to me beforehand. Sorry, Jesus, sorry. He showed it to me the day, like a week beforehand when, like the day you just got it done. And I remember looking at it and thinking, that's like that thing is massive. Like, damn. It seemed to hurt a lot as well. Like it definitely struck me as that hurt a shit ton. Sorry.
Yeah,
Because you got it on his shin, didn't you?
I did. It was mostly like on the bone of the shin that where it hurt the most. This is actually only I usually only get like stick and poke tattoos. This was my second time ever getting it done by a machine, and the first time was actually the smallest tattoo I have, and now this is the biggest one I have. So, but yeah, it didn't take too long. Phil from Antikarana Tattoo, he did it for me in about an hour and a half, maybe less. But I was in the studio for 3 hours because I was taking breaks.
You'd want to write on the bone, like I've
Yeah,
seen
yeah,
my fair share of Ink Master, and
yeah. No, it was tough, but yeah, I'm branded
nice.
now.
And you can both give an answer for this one. If you could collaborate with any musician, dead or alive, who would it be? And it doesn't have to be for Praelium.
That's a
Kev,
cool question. Um, that's definitely one of those ones that it's so hard to narrow down. Um, and like I kind of wonder like would I like to play with another guitar player that I really look up to, or would it be a vocalist or a specific drummer that I think would be really fun to play along with? But I think Phil Anselmo from Pantera would be one that I would do because Phil has played in so many like styles of metal bands. Like he did the whole groove thing with Pantera. He does the kind of more doomy stuff, although still pretty groovy with Down, and he's been in like tons of black metal bands, tons of death metal bands, just like loads of different stuff. So I think it would just be interesting, like if I wrote in some riffs and stuff, like how he would, or like what he would put over it. So I think that would be captivating. Yeah. So I'll say Phil Anselmo from Pantera.
try not to get cancelled.
Try not to complain.
Challenge
He
2025.
he can actually shred pretty well on the guitar as well. Have you seen him that recent clip of Pantera where he played Dimebag Darrell's guitar for the
Mm,
first time in like
yeah.
30 years?
I didn't see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, he ripped some solo. They gave him like, the lightning one,
Oh shit.
and he just
Yeah.
took it and shredded a
Whoa.
massive solo and gave it back.
I didn't even realize I swore there. Sorry about that.
Ah, you're
Uh,
grand, no worries.
I've got an answer for both dead and alive, and
Go for it.
easily Chester Bennington. Rest in peace. I mean, come on, like you can't tell me the first time you heard like crawling, you didn't want to immediately just scream that with him, you know? It's just one of those voices that just shaped an entire generation, and I'm definitely part of that. Rest in peace. And as for alive, I think it might be obvious Corey Taylor. Um, I'm an absolute maggot for life. I have been since I was 16. That's going on nearly 10 years, and I just love everything he's ever done. Stone Sour, his solo stuff, every feature he's ever been on. I just love it all. And both massive influences on my vocals and how I approach vocals.
Awesome. And what is your whole opinion on Linkin Park with, I think, Emily Armstrong? I think that's her name.
Yeah, it is.
Uh, Personally, I really enjoy it. I totally get why, you know, people are kind of iffy or getting mad about it, but for me personally, I have no reason not to enjoy it. Um, I yeah, I like music, man. You know?
That's fair enough. I think they did it in the right way where they just took their time with it. Like they took a massive break and like, picked the right person. I remember when Sum 41 was coming to an end and everyone thought Derek Whibley was going to take over.
Yeah, I
Um,
remember I remember Austin Carlisle was in talks. Like people were like speculating that Austin Carlisle of X of Mice and Men was gonna, be doing vocals, and I was like, what is going on? That would be the craziest thing. But no, I'm glad it was Emily actually. I think she's very good.
Yeah, I think Austin's too busy with doing Bible talks now. And how did you guys come up with the artwork for Pig? You know, it's really, really cool. I really like it.
Um, I guess I'll just take the lead on this one, Kevin. Uh,
Yeah.
so I have always wanted to do artwork for bands. That's always been a passion of mine. And being in a band, I was like, you know what? I could do this. So I did all the artwork. I do everything, the poster designs and stuff like that. Um, and yeah, I actually have the artwork with me, like right here. Um, it's
Oh,
a
cool.
it's a pretty big piece. It's just marker and acrylic paint. Um, and we decided pretty early on that Pigs was going to be the title track of the EP, and that's what we were kind of rolling with. And Kevin actually did, suggest whilst I was drawing, he was texting into the Praelium group chat about like ideas that he wanted, and I was like, I'm already doing these, so it was really nice to be on the same page. And the main idea was a pig's head on a plate with like a top hat, but I instead went for a monocle. Um, and yeah, I took inspiration from one of the lyrics in Pigs called "Eat the Rich," and that's why there's like a mouth licking its lips with a knife and fork behind it. And
Good.
yeah,
Nice. So the album artwork, it's obviously done like in person and not on a computer. I sound like such a boomer. Um,
yeah,
how did you scan the piece of artwork to get it on or?
yeah. I had to actually get a friend of mine to sneak me into their college to scan it on a big, huge scanner because it's an A3 size paper. But yeah, that's more or less how it worked.
Ah, good stuff. Well, it did a good job anyway. It looks magnificent on Spotify.
Thank you very much.
You're more than welcome. And you can both give an answer for this one as well. Do you have any favorite album releases of 2025 so far or any that you're looking forward to?
Kev?
I'm trying to think. You talk well, I think. Um,
Man, I was hoping he would say because I have too many to think about. Um, I'm always keeping up with music. I loved Whitechapel's new album, Great American Ghost, Architects, Fit for a King, Sleep Token, To the Grave put out an amazing EP. Uh, and as for EPs, Tide 7, I'm actually repping Tide 7 right now.
Represent.
My boys. Yeah, their Rinse and Repeat EP is awesome. And also, there's a Dublin indie rock kind of group called Psy, and I'm friends with them. And their debut album, Reverence, is actually one of my favorite albums that came out this year. It's really fun.
Oh, awesome. I'll have to check that out. Like I've mentioned this probably in every interview. I'm really looking forward to Deftones' new album. 21 Pilots' new
mm.
album is coming out soon as well.
Um, I was going to say Tide 7's EP was very, very good as well. That was one of the first ones that came to mind. I really, really enjoyed that. But as well, Deftones are one of my favorite bands, so thank you for pointing that out as well. Because the two singles that they've dropped so far, or is it they've dropped two songs. I don't know if it was two singles, but the two songs that have come out for the promotion of this album are both very, very good. Just such like interesting riffs, just such earworms, I thought, you know, while still being heavy and like fun and everything at the same time. Like it's classic Deftones, and I really, really enjoy Deftones as well. So, you know,
I much prefer Madonna's Milk over My Mind is a Mountain. I thought Madonna Milk or whatever it's called was a much stronger single, in my opinion.
And that's
Mm.
crazy. Madonna's Milk is crazy. I
It's
don't
It
listen
was
something
a
Madonna Milk, it's something like that.
Milk of the Madonna.
to
That's it. And Kevin, did you get tickets to go see them next year in the Free Arena?
Oh, I so badly wanted to, but the minute I tried to go for it, they were gone.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah, they went really, really quickly. Plus, I don't know if I would have had the money at the time anyway, but I went for them when I couldn't get them, so
At
it
least you
is what it
tried.
is. At least to try it, yeah.
I
Like
tried so hard.
thank God so far.
Sure, hopefully someone won't be able to make it and, sell a ticket off super cheap.
Mm.
Hmm.
I
I
just got
got,
I just got
oh,
tickets to Bad Omens. I literally got those today.
I saw
I
you
don't.
post that on Instagram, went to like the artist pre-sale and hopefully my, the person who was going to get them for me has got them for me. So
Yeah.
we'll have to see. I was texting just as you joined the Zoom call, so they're going to be so good. Kevin, did you try get tickets for Bad Omens?
No, um, they wouldn't be a band that I know like a lot about. Um, like I've heard of them and I think I've heard a few songs, but I'm not like a huge fan, so I didn't go for tickets personally.
I'm more hyped for the Ghost Inside on that one because I've been waiting for years for them to come over.
Yeah, that's fair. But also I've been loving Spectre, their new song that came out. I love it so much. Can't wait to hear that live.
Nice one. And we're on to our last question. Do you have any advice for anyone wanting to start a band in 2025?
Yes. Don't. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Um, uh, I think obviously it's super important to find not only good musicians, but people that you get along with. Um, I'm lucky to have gotten that first try, definitely. I get along with everyone in the band, and everyone's super talented. Um, and beyond that, just, you know, know your roles beyond just being musicians. Like me and Kevin handle all like the marketing and stuff and like the managing of the band. Make sure everyone like has that kind of role for themselves because starting out you need that because you don't have money for a manager or anything like that. So, you know, kind of just divide and conquer, I guess.
And Kevin?
My advice for somebody starting a band is regardless of how old you are, regardless of how much experience you have or anything like that, just go for it. Like it's an inherently scary thing being a musician and like playing in front of people or playing with other people, showing them like your art that you've created, be it like the music that you've written or like the lyrics that you've written. It's never like easy. Like it's never just a straightforward thing, but you know, just don't be, you need to get over that fear a lot. I feel like that's what holds a lot of people back. They're like, what if people don't like it? What if the reaction isn't good? Like, if the reaction to your music isn't good, it's not good. You just need to like be aware that you need to take that criticism or that feedback to even improve in the first place. So like if you've never played a gig before, just go for it. Just like I remember my first time playing a gig, everybody was kind of like, oh, I don't know, like do we need to practice more times? You can be in that rehearsal room and practice hundreds and hundreds of times, but it still won't compare, it won't give you the experience necessary for the first time that you actually get on stage and play in front of a crowd. So don't be afraid to just go for it and try and create those opportunities, even if it seems unrealistic or if people try to tell you to wait, just don't be afraid, just go for it, you know?
Yeah,
Just go for it.
just
Moral of the
grind,
story.
just grind, dude. Play shows,
Mm.
write music. and just
And
repeat.
Uh,
I think a lot of people are passionate about music as well, and they don't understand that it's not 100% fun 100% of the time. Like, if you have a vision and a real passion with music, a lot of like hard work, like the stuff nobody wants to do has to be done. Like, constantly going over the songs and constantly sitting down with your instrument to practice in your own time and just fine tuning. So just be aware that hard work is ahead, but it will pay off if you were seriously passionate about your music.
you get what you give kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yes, yeah.
Perfect. Well, thank you guys so much for taking the time out your afternoon to talk with me.
of course. Pleasure as
Thank
always.
you.
No
Thank you.
worries at all. And Pigs is out now.
It is.
Boink boink.